Hi, Gummies. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Bumping My Gums. I have a guest with me today. I'm so excited. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, thanks for having me. My name is Kerry Galloway Sr. Most people just call me Coach Kerry.
So tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I'm big into mentoring young men and coaching football, a little bit of basketball, but I mean, mainly is football, mainly is mentoring young males to become men. So I've been coaching since I was 18 years old, 53 years old now. So I've been coaching since I was 18 years old. Started in my backyard. I used to get all the kids that was younger than me, get them to get their parents at Christmas time to give them plastic helmets and the plastic shoulder pads. And we would have football teams. I split them up. We keep score and keep records and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, I always, like I said, 18 years old, I was, trying to help, younger males and just have fun and use football to do that.
Okay. So at the age of 18, how did you learn? How did you learn the game of football, and what ignited that passion to coach?
Well, uh, my mom and dad said I always loved football. As soon as I could start walking, I was like attracted to football. My Most of my family on my dad's side used to say I had a head like a football, so they used to tease me, about that kind of stuff. But I was always, I just always loved football. So
Cool. How did you get into the city league?
the city league. Before I moved to the city league, I'm from Darby Township,
Okay.
Sharon Hill, PA.
Mhm.
So that's where it originated, started from. And I used to be assistant coach for the Springfield Spartans. And my younger brother, he played for them. So then I moved to Delaware, and my oldest son, I wanted him to put him on, football team. And my wife's brother and her whole family played for the Claymont Falcons. So they said, take him there. So we went to the Claymont Falcons, and they had already started, and it was already full. So he couldn't play. So then we was riding around. We rode by PSU, and I seen the football team. And I was like, oh, wow. I pulled over, got out, and met Art Ames. Coach Art was coaching the JC Raiders. He was the president of JC Raiders. And I said, I'm trying to sign my son up. Is it too late? He said, no, it's not too late. So I signed my son up, and my oldest son, Khalil. And then I met a guy named Dean Sutton Sr., Coach Dean. So he had little Dean out there too. They was both 8 years old. And we just got to talking, and we would, just watch them practice. And at that time, it was three teams, the midgets, the juniors, and the seniors. And Coach Art was a hard-working man, a mentor, and a coach. And his brother Leroy, and then a guy named Ernie. They was the three coaches. So they basically ran all three teams. So, all three of them was working. And sometimes they would get there late. So me and Coach Dean would just start the kids, have them running and stuff like that. Coach Art said, why you guys, you're always here. Why you don't start coaching? So then we start helping out with Coach Art, and, it just went from there. And then after that, the city league shut down. Well, they was about to shut down. So me and Roland Marshall, who goes to Union Baptist Church with me, a good friend of mine, part of my dog. So we wanted to start a program for mentoring and just getting kids exposed outside of Delaware, just not in Delaware. It wasn't about football at that time, And he was coaching the JC Raiders with me. And we always talked about, man, we got to get these boys in college and get them more exposure. Delaware's small, and people don't know, about Delaware and football and all that kind of stuff. So we took my middle son, Terrace, and we took Rowan's son, Jarvis, and we started this little mentoring thing, and we started taking them out to different camps and combines and stuff, the 7-on-7 tournaments. And then after that, city was going to close, so we said we need to start a football team. So we started a football team, and we always talked about whenever we started something, we was going to call it because we care.
Mm-hmm.
But then once we realized that a football team name because you care, I mean, come on, that because you carry the Eagles, because you carry the Bulldogs, who was you gonna name?
Right.
So then Coach Marshall came up with no limit. So because there's no limit to what guys are gonna do, for this program that we're about to start. So then we just started No Limit Hurricanes, and we went from there. And then my middle son was at Moyer Academy, and then for 2 years, and then I changed him over to AI DuPont. So 11th grade, he played there, and then after 11th grade season was over, the head coach asked me, what I thought about being assistant coach. I really didn't think about it because I was so in the, No Limit or whatever. But I said, yeah, I love coaching, so I'm not going to turn it down. So then I coached at AI for 10 years. Mm-hmm. Then my youngest son, Kerry Jr., he went to AI too and graduated from there. And last year I went to St. E's. I just needed to change from AI. I've been there for 10 years. It was just, God wanted me to move on. And I went to St. Elizabeth for a year. And then in December, I got the head coaching job at Del Castle Technical School. So I'm looking forward to this season coming up. I'm hoping that we do have a season.
Right. So. Well, I do want to talk to you about Del Castle, but I wanted to ask you a little bit more about No Limit Hurricanes. So what age group does that service?
So that's from 4 to 14 as far as football goes. But we continue to mentor them, we continue to follow them, we continue, to be in their lives, even once they go on to high school, go on to college, and even become men and become fathers and husbands. So, but I mean, the football team per se is from 4 to 14 years old.
Okay.
We also have wrestling and we also have basketball too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how many men are involved to help, since there's football, basketball, wrestling? How many men do you have involved?
Anywhere from 25 to 30. I think this year we had 25 male coaches. Wow. And then we also have 11 team moms.
Okay.
11 team moms, and then three cheerleading coaches as well.
Wow, so that's pretty big. You got cheerleaders too. So now you're offering something for the young ladies to do as well.
Yes. Got to keep them involved, just as well as the young men.
Yeah. So what does it take in order to get a league or a mentoring program like that started here in Delaware?
Well, for us, it took God's grace, because we didn't have no money when we started out, and me and Coach Marshall, we put a board together, and like I said, we had no money to start out. We got in the Pop Warner, which is costly. We didn't have any equipment, any uniforms, and Alvin Hall Senior, Coach Alvin Hall. Al was in on the meeting, and he was a part of the board. And when we told him the plans, he said, "You guys are crazy as far. This is never going to work." So so we just laughed, because we didn't have no money, and we get ready to start a football team and do 6 teams, 6 different age groups in a matter of 8 months. Wow. And even though Al said that, he stuck behind us, and we did all types of fundraisers and car washes and everything. And God worked it out. And that season, September came, we had 6 teams, 6 different age groups. Wow. Played in Pop Warner.
So if someone was interested in helping you guys out and, maybe their child enrolled, how do they do that? How do they get in touch with you?
You can go to our website, which is nolimitorange.org. That's nolimitorange.org. Or you can call 302-764-1380. So usually we start our football in July. Like I said, with everything that's going on with Corona, we don't know if that's going to be possible. But there'll always be updates on the website.
Right. I was going to ask, I know everybody is kind of on edge right now, trying to determine what are these next couple of months going to look like. So how are you guys going to plan for July? Are you?
Well, basically this, we're going to play by ear, because there's nothing we can do. You see now on starting Tuesday, you got to go out the house with a mask on. Which I already been doing, but you know, me and Kerry Jr. was talking about this earlier. You just don't know how, how it's going to play out. You really don't. So, like I said, we just, we got to play it by ear. We got all our permits and stuff set up as far as fields and stuff like that go, but we don't, we don't know what's going to happen. We're praying that it will, but we're also praying that everything's safe and we'll be able to do it.
So what teams do you guys play? Do you just play local schools, local organizations in Delaware, or do you travel?
Yeah, we're a traveling team. We always been, once we got into Pop Warner, we played teams from Pennsylvania and Maryland, and that's what we're still doing now. The thing with Pop Warner, it was weighted. So we lost a lot of kids because, we came from the JC Raiders and it was unlimited weight. So we did Pop Warner for 3 years, and then we realized that, there was so many kids that was coming and wanting to sign up, and we couldn't because of their weight. Excuse me. So we went back to unlimited weight, and now the teams we play, most of them are from Pennsylvania, and then got a Jersey team and a Maryland team. So we like to get outside of Delaware and, get the kids more exposure.
Right.
That's what it's always been about for us, because we figure the plan is for them to go to college. And when you go to college, you're not just going to be playing people in Delaware, you're going to be playing people from all over, all over the country.
Right. Do you do college tours with the kids?
Absolutely. This past year, we visited 15 colleges. The year before that, we visited 28 colleges. And the year before that, we visited 20 colleges. So we're big on getting them out there and meeting college coaches and, visiting the dorm and, seeing the academic side of it, all kinds of stuff like that. So the best place we went to last year was Gettysburg. I really like Gettysburg. Very high in academic school. It got a chance for our boys to see, how important schoolwork is. Yeah, they want to play football and they want to win, but the academics was very important at Gettysburg. So, that was just one. But last year we went to Ohio State. We've been everywhere. We've been to Clemson University. So we go to the big schools and we go to the little schools. We go to the HBUC schools. We do it all. So they have a variety of schools to pick from.
So how do you select which schools you'll visit that year?
Yeah. Well, the first 2 years, basically I was picking the schools that I thought would be good for them. I want to pick a variety because it ain't all about D1 school for no limit. We want you to go to college. It don't matter if it's D1, D2, or D3. If your plan after that is to go to the NFL, then the college coach is gonna find you. Mm-hmm. So these last 2 years, I let them pick some of the schools that they wanted to go to. So Ohio State was one that a couple of them wanted to go to, and we did that one. Like I said, we went to like 20 some schools this year. We went up to Westchester University this year too. So I let them pick, and then they tell me like how many schools they want to go to, and they pick, and then I add a couple more on, and we go from there. So we just get in the van, we get in the 15-passenger van, and we roll.
So how do you get them financially? Because college, especially if you're going out of town, you're not talking about just tuition. Now you're talking about where you're going to live, food, and things of that nature. So how do you get them ready financially for the college life?
Academics, and that's what I keep trying to tell them. The more you do your schoolwork, the better that GPA is, mm-hmm. the more financial money that you're going to get. And this last 2 years, they really found that out because, there was a handful of no-limit players that, weren't able to go to college because their grades wasn't right. And there's a handful of them that are in college right now on academic scholarships. I'm talking about big time, academics scholarships because of their grades. We got kids in our program that have GPAs of 4.0.
Wow.
Yeah. So our goal is always, from the time they little, is to have a 3.0 GPA. And if they do that, then you're looking good. It's less strain on your parents. And we have a lot of single moms, in our program. So,
Mm-hmm.
we try to help out best ways, best way we can.
Right. Is the grades a requirement? If someone is starting to fall below that 3.0, does that impact them being a part of on the team?
Well, that's goal we set for once they get in ninth grade and go to high school. That's when you start getting GPA. The other kids that's in fifth and sixth and seventh grade, eighth grade, we have tutoring. So say like, so they have a sheet. We have a sheet, and team moms collect them every Friday. So the sheet is for the teacher. She has to tell, did I do my homework today? Am I missing any assignments? What did I get on my test this week? Stuff of that nature. How was my behavior there? So if the behavior is messed up, they might not play that Saturday, Sunday. Especially like somebody like on my team or Coach Gwan Smith, seeing he coaches the 10U. Coach Smith, I thought I didn't play, but Coach Smith don't play that. You're not doing your schoolwork. You're not playing on Saturday. So, and I mean, I'm the same way. And across the board, it's pretty much like that. But like I said, if we know they're struggling in the classroom or whatever, and they miss a homework assignment, they come to practice on Tuesday or Thursday or Friday. Instead of practicing, they have to sit there with the team mom at the table and do their homework until it's done, and then they can go practice. If you don't finish it, you sat there for 2.5 hours and did your homework instead of practice. So we're big on, schoolwork and, getting schoolwork done. And you know how important, that it is.
Wow, that's good. We definitely need that, because a lot of times I feel like we do put a lot of emphasis on football, or not just football, but on a sport to get a sports college scholarship, and sometimes the actual education of it gets a little lost.
Exactly. Let me explain to you like this. You seen the draft yesterday.
Hmm.
So you seen all these young men get drafted. And then guess what? There was so many young men that didn't get drafted. So now football is over for you. So now what are you going to do? You understand what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
tell them that all the time. Football only lasts for a short time. If I give you another example, my youngest son, Kerry Jr., he's in college now, got a 3.2 GPA. He has
Hmm.
3 more years of football left. I told you, you got 12 games per year. That's 36 games that you have left. I said, God willing, you'll get an NFL pro day. You might even make it to the NFL. We won't claim that. But if it doesn't happen, you only have 36 games left. Kerry's been playing since he was 4 years old. He has already played more games than he has left.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's deep there. God laid that on my spirit last year, and I told him, I said, you got 36 games left, man.
Hmm.
You already played more football than you have ahead of you. So now what's next? And of course, he's going to school to be an accountant. And I mean, that's what he's going to do. He's going to graduate from college as an accountant, and then he's going to go get his master's, and keep it going, because football only lasts for a little while.
Right. That's
So,
awesome. What are some of the testimonies that you have seen with some of these young men and young ladies that come through your program?
a good example is Devin Steele.
Hmm.
So I coach Devin. I mean, he's another example, the football being over. Coach Devin, and Devin wasn't always the best player on the team. In fact, at that time when he played for us, I mean, his brother was probably better than him. But I mean, Devin persevered and went on to school and graduated from Penn State and played in the NFL for 5 years. And now football's over. But as you see, Devin got his degree and he's doing great things, all over the world, going places and speaking, about the situation with his daughter Leah, and just everything. He's a motivator speaker. He's doing a great job. But he got that degree, so now he can continue on doing the things that he needs to do. We got Quadri Henderson, who got drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I mean Quadri's still playing, but he's doing great things too. And I mean, you just knew from the time Quadri was 4 or 5 years old, he was just electrifying then. He just
Hmm.
became more electrifying as time went on. So you just, you knew great things was going to happen, for him. Had another kid, Antoine Grant, who got drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals, like Devin did. So no limit, we got love for Cincinnati Bengals because they didn't show us love twice.
Right.
So Antoine Grant, he went there in, 1 year with the Bengals, and then he got cut and he went to the XFL, and he was Rookie of the Year, and now he got cut from there. So football's over, now he's working and taking care of his son. So like I said, you got to get that education because at the end of the day, football only lasts for a little while.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you've had several of your players go on to do big things and get an NFL draft. You had an opportunity to go to the NFL draft. How was that? What was that experience like?
Hey, that experience was right up there, right after seeing my kids being born, seeing my daughter being born. Matter of fact, because I mean that was awesome experience seeing my daughter Kira being born. But that NFL draft, I'm telling you, that thing was amazing, and I'm hoping and praying to go back real soon. I mean, just the whole from the start to finish, it was just an awesome experience. Just the people that I met, the people that I talked to, it was really awesome.
Coach, that's your career. You coach kids, and then you also have a business, right?
Yes, yeah. Got my own moving and hauling business, lawn business. So lawn business is doing pretty good now. So thanks be to God for that. Because I mean, I worked at middle school, so of course school was closed. So we need to keep things going, So like I said, that's why I always wanted to have my own business for situations like this, and so it's just working out. God's working it out. So my business is Kerry Seniors and Sons. So
And you say
anybody need a grass cut, you give me a call.
Okay. And then you do the grass, and you also do moving too.
Moving the hall, yeah, small moving the hall, yeah. I used to do big move jobs, but I don't do that anymore. My sons, two oldest ones, they out working and got family and stuff now, so my back don't hold up like that. But I mean, small jobs, we still do as far as moving the hall goes. We collect all kinds of appliances. We take that stuff away for free.
Okay.
So you got an old refrigerator, a washer, dryer, we'll come pick it up and take it away for free.
So I know a lot of times we always ask women, how do you do it all? So I'm going to ask you, how do you do it all? Because you're married, you have children, and then like I said, you got your businesses, and then you have your day job. How do you manage it? And you mentor. So I know when you're mentoring kids, that doesn't stay within a 9 to 5 time. They contact you, or you got to spend time with them. So how do you juggle it all and make sure that it all gets done?
Yeah, God always makes a way for stuff to happen. I mean, sometimes I ask myself, wow, I don't know. My good friend Cornell Suber, Cuff, he always says, man, I don't know how you do it. You need to get rest. The good thing about me with the sports part of it, when I met my wife, I mean, I was involved in sports. I was running basketball league up in Sharon Hill, PA. So her family comes from, a sports, her brother was big in sports, stuff like that. So she stays involved with, helping on that end. So that makes it easy as far as, she goes. As far as everything else goes, I just try to be a good planner. I know I got to do this, and that. And I know I have this amount of time to do this, and that. And, it always seems to work out in the midst of me working. And like you said, the mentoring part is hard because, kids that text me 3 o'clock in the morning, and want to talk. So, I mean, I got to get up and, I got to talk to them because that, it's God's will for me to try to help young men. So I would want somebody to be there for me or be there for my son. And, that's what I want to do. So I always ask God just to give me the strength.
Okay. Awesome. So you mentioned in December, you started as the football coach at Del Castle. So now with this whole COVID, is interrupting that season. When does the season start for high school?
Well, like I said, we don't know with that either. We're supposed to have a coaches meeting in May, sometime in May. I'm just waiting for an email to say the exact date that we have a meeting. So like I said, I guess we're just still playing everything by ear for that as well. I'm interested to see what they're going to talk about, at the meeting, as
Right.
far as football goes. So
Okay.
I mean, but like college this year, if we clear to go out, then we can start June 1st. If they got to push it back a month, then July 1st. If it goes past July 1st, starting, then it's going to be a problem. I mean, they talking about uh, just playing in your division game. So, like Kerry has 12 games, he would only play the 8 teams in his division, and they cut off the other games. So it might shorten the season. You just don't know yet. Still don't know. So,
Because I know I heard that recently that they have canceled the rest of the school season. So how will that impact you guys?
well, that's just like you said, the school
Yeah,
year.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, usually we start back up 7-on-7 in June or whatever, July, right when they ready to get out of school. So that's still possible. Or we might not do 7-on-7 and you get like 10 days of like working out with your team. That might be shortened to five days instead of the 10 days, whatever. Like I said, it's still hard to tell. Like I said,
Right.
I'm looking forward to this meeting in May. Maybe I can get a couple more better answers.
Questions. Do you have any words of encouragement or anything you would like to share with the gummies?
Uh, just appreciate everything that you do, uh, giving people this platform, just to tell their stories. And, I think it's a great thing that you're doing.
Okay.
Uh, if I could say something else, I just want to, we got a football coach, Coach Pop. He turned 86 years old today. So his name is Alvin Jackson. Uh, he played football in Maryland. He was 165 pounds. He was playing offensive lineman against guys that was 300 some pounds, 280 some pounds. And his birthday, he's still out there coaching with us. He does the push-ups with the kids, runs laps with the kids, everything. So I just want to say happy birthday to Coach Pop, and just ask that the Lord just bless him with many, many more.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I guess the most important question is, what position did you play?
I played wide receiver and cornerback. I was pretty fast. Uh, then after ninth grade, my mom told me, you want to go to school with ties and shoes and stuff on, you got to fend for yourself, so you got to get a job. So then I couldn't play football no more.
Okay.
I was pretty sad about that. I told my mom she messed up that opportunity for me to go to the NFL. I used to tell that all the time.
Yeah. But you still fed that passion by now training up other kids and fulfilling their dreams.
Yes.
All right. I have two questions that I ask all of my guests. And the first one is, if money and time were limitless, what would you do?
What I'm doing now, but just on a higher level. I would be mentoring boys every day. I wish I could go to my players' school every single day. I wish every day I would have a list of middle schools and high schools and elementary schools. I'm going to these 10 schools a day just to check in on these players of mine. Tomorrow, I'm going to this school, these schools, just do stuff like that. I wish I had a building where, they could come and just do their homework. They could train and just feel like themselves and just, get off these streets of Wilmington, Delaware. So, like I said, I would just do what I'm doing, but just at a high level.
If someone were to ask, who is Kerry Galloway Sr., what would you want them to say?
He's somebody that tried to help somebody, or he's somebody that's trying to help somebody.
Wow. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I really do appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and bump your gums with us. I will post your information in the video so people can see, and if there's children who want to be involved, they'll be able to get in touch with you guys, and hopefully with this crazy COVID-19 we'll be able to get back to getting outside.
Yes.
And you guys will have a good year.
Yeah. I just want to begin and thank you for all that you're doing too.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching, Gummies. I appreciate you tuning in and listening to Kerry's story. Hopefully, it will encourage you and motivate you to maybe mentor a young man or a young lady. It really does make a difference. Have a great day on purpose.